promised Larry Caplan is back with us for our monthly chat, and today you are invited to call in and offer and ask your lawn and garden questions. The number will be popping up on the screen, but there it is, 270-827-7961. Good morning, Larry. That was a long introduction. Good morning, Larry.
Good morning. Good morning. Good to see both of you here.
It is good to see you too. And you know, one of the first questions people are going to ask, and I'm just going to jump in there.
Right.
Tomatoes. So they're growing them. Maybe they grew them from seed this year.
Yeah.
And now they're still kind of small, but they're seeing buds on them, flowers on them. What do they need to do with those?
Well, if these have been in the ground for at least 2 or 3 weeks, I'd say let them bud and start producing flowers. But normally on transplants, I like to debud them so that they spend the first few weeks of their life putting on roots and not fruit.
Give the energy to the roots then?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, that's a good question. Here's the thing, though, and Larry, I know you're against using any kind of pesticide whatsoever.
No, actually, no. But
oh, really? Okay. So
use them as a tool when needed, but there are many other options that we need to explore first.
Okay. Okay, because, you know, a lot of people will have, like, bugs that'll get to their plants and stuff like that, and it's like, what do? I mean, I've got a tree that basically these bugs will eat through the leaves, but the tree's still healthy otherwise. It's a Japanese cherry, and it's like, but now what my sister told me to do is plant some onions around it. Have you ever heard that, to keep bugs away?
I've heard of a lot of different types of companion planting, and it doesn't really work the way people think it does. These herbs are not going to create this shield that's going to prevent the bugs from coming onto your plants, especially trees. Now, putting in some flowers around your plants will bring in parasitic wasps. And these parasitic wasps will lay their eggs in caterpillars. So if you have caterpillars that are eating your broccoli or eating your tree, these parasitic wasps, they come in and they eat the pollen on the flowers. And then after they got a belly full, then they go and lay their eggs on nearby caterpillars. So that's a way to encourage what we call biological control.
Okay.
That's a good thing to know.
What kind of flowers in particular?
Anything that is good for pollinators. So not necessarily the big doubles, but some of the more simple flowers, the singles do better.
Okay.
But we're still talking about tomatoes and disease. So
yes, exactly.
And you know, we've seen this, we've all had the experience if we've grown tomatoes. When the leaves start kind of turning yellow, is that disease? Is that pest? What is that?
There's a number of leaf spot diseases that attack tomatoes, and it usually starts from the bottom and works its way up.
Oh, really? Okay.
Several things we can do. Number one, mulch underneath the plant. Get some grass clippings and spread that out under the plant, because a lot of the fungus spores stay in the soil, and when it rains or when you irrigate, it splashes from the soil onto the lower leaves, and then it goes from those lower leaves to the next set of leaves and on up.
Wow.
So mulching helps.
Yes, I agree with that.
If you see the first few bottom leaves developing spots, just pluck them off and throw them out. And that'll, again, help break the cycle. And if you need to, there are some fungicides that can be used.
And so are there some natural things you can do besides plucking it off? I mean, a natural...
Or the mulching, the plucking of the leaves, choosing varieties that are listed as being a little more resistant to the diseases. That's also very good. It may not be the tasty tomato you were wanting to buy, but, you know, if you have a regular problem every year with certain diseases, you might want to go with more resistant varieties.
But hold that thought. We'll be back. Give us a call. There's the number on the screen. You have garden questions. It's the man to answer.